Everyone, welcome to the City of Cranston's regularly scheduled. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the City of Cranston City Council regularly scheduled monthly meeting. Today is Monday, July 28th. And at this time, I'd ask for the clerk to please take the roll.
Councilman Campopiano.
Present.
Councilman Bonanno.
Here.
Councilwoman Graziano.
Present.
Councilwoman Horoyan. Councilman Andujar.
Present.
Councilman Ritz.
Present.
Councilman Trafficante.
Present.
Council Vice President Wall.
Here.
Council President Marino.
Present. Before we do the Pledge of Allegiance, I would like to ask some Boy Scouts who are here this evening seeking to earn a badge. If you want to come forward and lead the Pledge of Allegiance this evening, we'd be honored.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good luck with your Boy Scout journey. And next up this evening, we have the approval of minutes. We have first the approval of the minutes of the June 23, 25 regular city council meeting. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Campopiano.
Yes.
Councilman Bonanno.
Yes.
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante.
Yes.
Council Vice President Wall.
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes. Next, we have approval of the minutes of the July 17, 2025 special city council meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please take the roll. It was a, yep, and no discussion, so take the roll on that. Thank you.
Councilman Campopiano.
Yes.
Councilman Bonanno.
Yes.
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante.
Yes.
Council Vice President Wall.
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes. Yes, Council Vice President Wall.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to take this agenda out of order this evening. I know there's a number of people here who are interested in the teachers union contract. Maybe we could take it out of order, please.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Campopiano.
Yes.
Councilman Bonanno.
Yes.
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante.
Yes.
Council Vice President Wall.
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes. Okay, at this time then, I will jump to page 3, and I will have Councilman Wall, if you'd like to report out of the Finance Committee meeting.
Start with ordinance 07-2501, ratifying the school committee's collective bargaining agreement between the Cranston Teachers Alliance 1704 AFT Teachers Unit. This was passed out of the Finance Committee on, let me see, during the special meeting on, I'm looking for it right now, the 24th. This was passed out of the Finance Committee, and I urge passage.
At this time, I entertain a motion relative to that ordinance. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
So approved.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion from council members? Councilman Bonanno.
We all, as council people, received a communication from the chair of the school committee, and upon speaking with him today, he asked that I read his letter into the record. Is that acceptable?
Sure.
So, Chairman Fusco was unable to be here this evening, and he sent a letter to every member of the council, an email, and like I just said, upon speaking to him this afternoon about something different, he said, hey, do you mind reading that into the record? So he says, hi, dear members of the city council. I'm writing today to express my strong support for tonight's resolutions regarding School Department teacher and paraprofessional contracts, ordinances 7-25-01 and 7-25-02. Due to a scheduling conflict, I am unable to attend the meeting in person, so I respectfully submit this letter in my place. These are fair and equitable contracts. The members of the Cranston Teachers Alliance made sacrifices in the previous agreement, accepting only modest raises. They now deserve to be compensated in line with their peers across the state. Cranston is the second largest school district in Rhode Island, yet salaries have not reflected that standing. This contract is a small but meaningful step towards correcting that. At last Thursday's Finance Committee meeting, Councilman Andahar raised an important point about providing additional support for paraprofessional education reimbursement. While we wholeheartedly agree with the intent, resources are limited. At this time, we believe prioritizing wage increases to bring paraprofessional pay more in line with state averages was the most impactful step. We remain hopeful that with future funding, we can revisit additional support initiatives. I urge you to vote in favor of these contracts. While teachers often become targets in financial debates, they remain the cornerstone of our education system, and they are the key to shaping our future leaders. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Dominic Fusco, Cranston School Committee, Ward 3, and Chairperson. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Any other council members?
Madam Chair,
Sure, Council Trafficant.
I want to congratulate the central administration. Mr. Balducci is here tonight representing them, and certainly the superintendent, as well as the Cranston Teachers Alliance for negotiating a fair and equitable contract. As you all know, Mr. Wall and I served on the school committee for many years, and we're very much aware of the time, effort, and energy it takes to resolve contracts, especially with the large groups such as the Cranston Teachers Union. It was not only a fair and equitable contract they negotiated, but it was a well-deserved contract, and I made that statement at the Finance Committee meeting. As you probably don't know, during the last 2 years of the teachers' contract, they accepted a 1% and a 1.5% increase, which allowed the Cranston School Committee as well as the Cranston School Department to negotiate in the black that particular year and carry on the business for the children of Cranston. So I want to congratulate both groups.
Thank you. Any other council members? Okay. As I mentioned in committee, I too echo what Councilman Trafficante has mentioned, thanking the school committee, thanking the school department, and thanking the teachers union for their leadership with these negotiations and the hard work that involved. At this time, clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Campopiano,
Yes.
Councilman Bonanno,
Yes.
Councilwoman Graziano,
yes,
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Councilman Ritz,
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante,
Yes.
Council Vice President Wall,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
All right. Next up, Madam President, we're going to look at ordinance 07-2502, ratifying the school committee's collective bargaining agreement with the Cranston Teachers Alliance Local 1704 AFT Paraprofessionals Unit. This would run between September 1, 2025 and August 31st, 2028. This was passed also on the special Finance Committee meeting, and I urge passage on this item this evening.
Second.
Do we have a motion to approve?
motion to approve,
Second.
Okay. Any discussion from council members? No? All right. I just want to once again thank everyone for their diligence and hard work. And at this time, the clerk can please take the roll.
Councilman Campopiano,
Yes.
Councilman Bonanno,
Yes.
Councilwoman Graziano,
yes,
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Councilman Ritz,
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante,
Yes.
Council Vice President Wall,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Next item from Finance, this was passed out of the Finance Committee on July the 7th. It is a resolution authorizing motor vehicle tax abatement. These were requested by the tax assessor, and I recommended for approval on the 7th of July. I urge passage.
Do you have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And that was a second from Councilman Campopiano. Okay. Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Campopiano,
Yes.
Councilman Bonanno,
Yes.
Councilwoman Graziano,
yes,
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Councilman Ritz,
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante,
Yes.
Council Vice President Wall,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes. Okay. Council Vice President Wall.
Before I proceed, Madam President, I would ask, I was asked to by Attorney Angel to put an amendment to his letter of engagement on the agenda this evening. At this time, I'm going to ask to withdraw that amendment, and to have that reintroduced at another time. All right, as well as the executive session that's also on the agenda this evening. And I give just one brief reason, as this did come before the Finance Committee initially in February. I think to take it up at a time when Councilwoman Haroyan, who is also the Vice Chair of the Finance Committee, is not here, is inappropriate. So for that reason, I'm withdrawing that.
So thank you, Council Vice President Wall. So the introduction of new business on page 4, the amendment to the Cranston City Council Legal Counsel's letter of engagement, that matter is being withdrawn by you, and the executive session on page 5 with respect to that same matter. Okay, thank you. Next, we have public hearings and public comments at this time for docketed matters only. If there's anyone in chambers or on Zoom who wishes to be heard on any docketed matters, please state your name and address for the record, and please keep your comments limited to 4 minutes.
It's attached now too. It's got a clip. It's very high tech. It's very high tech. I can see it from this side.
I can't, okay. Oh, I don't have to say that again, do I? Okay. All right, we're here. First of all, I'm standing before you and thanking you for your overwhelming support for these contracts of these 3 groups, because the paraprofessionals, I also represent the bus aides, and they are part of the same unit now. But I also want to thank President Marino and also Chair of Finance Committee, Dan Wall, for helping us to move this more expeditiously and have that special finance meeting. And I greatly appreciate that, because now we can move forward. We're at the full council. We can now go in the proofreading and get our books, our contract books printed, and get everything, all the changes in order, and answer all the members' questions and that. So I really do want to thank you. We did have a very difficult, at times, negotiations, and I think that negotiations usually are a little bit of everything. I think the difference, and I just want to say, I think the difference, and I believe that Mr. Fusco mentioned this, about the teachers or anybody related to the school department who is teaching in the school department. I think many times not only do we negotiate, but we actually have to defend our very existence. Like everything, we have to defend our very existence. And it is trying sometimes, because people really do move to, especially this city, not only because it's a safe city and it's a wonderful city and it's a city steeped in tradition, but the schools have always been a priority. And over the years, we kind of lost sight of that. And what we found that the Cranston Teachers Alliance, although Cranston is such a wonderful place to live and send your children to school, we found that out of the 36, because some of them are regionalized, 36 school systems, we were one of the bottom. And that's because, as you know, and you all understand, that's because it's been years and years and years of relying too much on state aid. So we need to regain the culture of having this wonderful city come up with and make a plan going forward to really support the education system that's so wonderful. Now, that being said, we have given many things back. We have reorganized things. We have given up programs. We went 5 years with zeros. We reorganized our steps. And we also, in this past years, did not make enough to actually cover our healthcare costs. So we were making less in our paychecks than before. And that's why I think that this is fair, but I do think that going forward, I think we really need to rethink this and really not lose good people to other districts where they can get $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 more for doing the very same job. And I also want to put a plug in for American Federation of Teachers, because I'm a proud member of that. I am a proud member of Rhode Island Federation of Teachers and Health Professionals, and I am vice president in that institution. And I am proud to be the president of the Cranston Teachers Alliance. But also to be able to help out the city of Cranston, we have brought in millions and millions of dollars through our national AFT and our state federation to help the city of Cranston pay for unfunded mandates from RIDE. And that one of them would be like professional development and the right to read and teacher evaluation. All of these things cost a lot of money. And I am proud to say that we absolutely helped the budget just by writing grants and being part of groups that would bring these things in. So I thank you for giving me the time to speak, and I really thank you for your overwhelming support.
Thank you very much. Anyone else in chambers on any docketed matters?
Anthony Melillo, 33 Harvard Street. Anthony Melillo, 33 Harvard Street, Cranston, Rhode Island, Vice Chairperson of the Cranston School Committee. Thank you all for your unanimous support tonight. I'd also like to take a moment to sincerely thank the Cranston Teachers Alliance, the President Liz Larkin, her team, for their dedication and hard work throughout this process. I also want to take the time to recognize Superintendent Nadamasi, Assistant Superintendent Cole, Zach Farrell, Mike Crudell, Joe Balducci, Michelle Simpson, and our extraordinary attorney, Amanda Cascione, for their tireless efforts and professionalism. To my fellow committee members, Keith Catone and Anna Maderas, thank you for your thoughtful collaboration. I believe this contract fairly rewards our teachers for their commitment to our students while remaining fiscally responsible for our community. This is a positive step forward for Cranston Public Schools. I would also like to offer your support for the Rhode Island Laborers Council 1322 bus driver contract that's coming up on August 4th. Your support, along with Arthur Jordan's support in working through this contract, was very helpful. School committee members Dominic Fusco and Catherine Crowley spent tireless hours working on this contract. And again, it's a fair contract for our bus drivers and our community. Again, thank you for this evening, and thank you for look forward to many years to come. Thank you.
See no one else in chambers. Tom, is there anyone on Zoom that wishes to be heard on any docketed matters?
There's no public comment online.
Public comment on docketed matters is now closed. Moving on. We have no resolutions this evening. We have reports of committees. We have the Claims Committee. Council Vice President Wall.
Thank you, Madam President. The Claims Committee did in fact meet on July the 7th, and the paid claims report was in the packets to the members of the council. Nothing further to report on that matter.
Thank you. Also, Councilwoman Horoyan, she is not here this evening due to a previously scheduled family commitment. She sends her regrets. And in her absence, if you, Council Vice President Wall, can address safety services.
Absolutely. Thank you once again, Madam President. The safety service meeting did meet on July 7th. It was somewhat lengthy. There is nothing further to report at this time.
Thank you. Moving on to Councilwoman Graziano, Public Works Committee.
Thank you. The Public Works Committee met on 7/17/2025, and at this time, I have nothing to report to the council.
And Councilman Andahar reporting for Ordinance Committee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. There's really nothing to report. Our meeting got canceled, so.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to page 4, we have under Executive Communications, the legal expense analysis for the period of July 1, 2024 through June 30, 2025. For that report, do any council members have any discussion or comments relative to that information? No? Okay. Moving on, we have introduction of new business, being the new business items of 72503 ordinance, 72504, 72505, 72506, 72507, and the 2 petitions of Narragansett Electric, along with the Claims Committee matters. I would ask for those matters to be taken as a block.
Motion to take new business items as a block.
So moved.
Was there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Campopiano.
Yes.
Councilman Bonanno.
Yes.
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante.
Yes.
Council Vice President Wall.
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes. Next, I'll entertain a motion to entertain the block and their matters and refer them to their respective committees.
Motion to refer the items in the block to their respective committees.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Campopiano.
Yes.
Councilman Bonanno.
Yes.
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante.
Yes.
Council Vice President Wall.
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes. Next, we'll move on to page 6. We have Mr. Hill here on behalf of the Cranston Historic Cemeteries Commission with his annual report. If he would like to present that this evening with any questions for council, that would be great. Thank you, Mr. Hill.
I'm just here in case you guys have any questions. You have things to do, wouldn't want to keep you from them.
Do any council members have any questions for Mr. Hill? This group, I've had the pleasure of joining your group from time to time to volunteer my time, and I'm very much appreciative of the efforts of your volunteers and the time that it takes. I know that it's a very laborious task, and we very much appreciate the beautification that you provide, and the families appreciate it as well that have loved ones in those locations. So I don't know if any Councilman Buonanno. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. For 125 years, ending this year, there was a historical cemetery abutting the property that when my family came here from Italy. There's a historical cemetery that abuts the property. It's sort of almost horseshoed in. My mother sold the property earlier this year, but for all of my life, that historical cemetery, which I believe is number 21, was essentially ignored. My grandfather would cut the grass. I would try to cut the grass at 8 years old. And until then, until we sold the property. But over the past 4 years or so, the Historical Cemetery Society has come and cared for that cemetery. So my point in mentioning this is you guys are doing a tremendous job, and it's vastly, we could see the presence in the community now. So I don't know what happened about 3 or 4 years ago where everybody started to get more involved, but whatever it was, kudos. You guys are really doing a fantastic job, and I just wanted to give you my support.
Thank you. And I'd love to be able to say off the top of my head, I know who's working on that one, but I don't. But one of the things I'd like to say is we have volunteers. One of the things we try to do is to find people who live near them, to care about them and clean them up. We provide them with help. You know, we'll bring in groups to bring the underbrush down to where one person can manage it. That's probably being done because there's somebody in your neighborhood who cares about it and is doing that. And we get the overall credit for it. We coordinate it, but the work, most of it is really done by folks who volunteer and help us out on an individual cemetery basis.
And I can see what happened in that one instance is happening throughout the city, so it's great. And we all know what Knightsville is. The Knight family is buried in that historical
A
cemetery.
lot of families, a lot of
Yeah.
significant families.
So,
A lot of history in that one.
So I just wanted to say good job. Thank you.
Councilman Campopiano.
Thank you, Madam President. I also want to say kudos and good job, and I want to thank you for what you do for those families. It's very respectful to those and very important work. Is your volunteer base, is it strong? Is it, I mean, last time.
It's good. Yeah, it is. Sometimes people drift in and out, but we think we have a pretty good recruiting system set up. And sometimes people just show up. I mean, we had a really tough situation. Park Avenue, just past the Dunkin' Donuts is a gas station. There's the Philip Sheldon lot. It's down there about 250 Park Avenue. We had a 40-foot tall tree fell on it, covered the entire place. And we had people showing up, we pruned it back, and then a week ago Saturdays, we got the help of the Patuxent Rangers in Warwick. Guy came with a chainsaw. That tree is completely chopped up. The cemetery is visible again. And we've piled the wood on the side, and a little plug there. If anybody has a fire pit, a wood stove, or a fireplace for the winter, there is free wood to a good home. Take all you want, take more than you want. But about half of it's gone. We have another tree like that on Valley Street that we've cut up, and we're going to try to see if folks will take the wood there. That's been a big thing since July 3rd. But like I say, people just show up, and if you make the effort and you get out there, the folks buried there, no one's going to name a high school after them. No one's going to build a monument for them. But the paths they walk to the roads we drive, the fields they cleared are where they built our houses, and they shaped this city 100 years before we were even born. And this is a thank you to them, and they deserve that memory of it. And that's what we try to do.
That's great. And I do see it on my social media from time to time. How can people get in touch with you, or how can they learn more about this?
Easiest way is we have a Facebook page. Everything we do goes up there. We found that to be the most effective way to reach out to folks. If we have an event coming or a meeting, we always post it up there, usually more than a week before, and we'd like to remind people. I think we're up to about 3,000 followers, which for us is a big deal. But that is the easiest way to do it, and you can message us directly through that. We have an email address, jhchcc167@gmail.com. That's me. But the Facebook page is the best way to do it, because you get everybody on the commission all at once with that.
That's great. So people don't have to commit. They just want to go one day during the summer, do this. They can do it once and don't have to come.
We take everybody on their own terms. If you want to commit to taking care of a cemetery on a regular basis, that's great. If you want to show, and a lot of times we'll have like 10, 12 people just show up for one of our cleanups. We do headstone cleaning demonstrations. We'll take anybody on whatever level of commitment they want to give. We're asking them to do them a favor, and we're not going to bust their stones over.
Great. Thank you again.
Madam Chair.
Council Traficante.
Mr. Hill, I learned a long time ago that the greatest attitude in this world of ours is one of gratitude. Do you keep a list of those people who volunteer their services?
Oh, yes.
It would be nice if you would submit that list to the council president at the end of the year, so we could recognize these people and thank them for their service to the city of Cranston.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't like the way you were looking at me when you walked in talking about cemeteries.
I'm a squirrely looking guy. What can I say?
Any other council members? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Hill. Appreciate it. Next, on page 6, we have informational item, the notice from Rhode Island Energy relative to the 2025 vegetation management standards and practices. Do we have any comments, questions, council members, in regards to that item? Okay. Councilwoman Graziano.
Thank you. I just had a question. Do we generally respond to these? Because I do respond to them in another capacity, but I'm wondering if like we actually provide comments back and if we could do that.
I don't know if the administration knows the answer to that. I have not seen this report in the previous terms, and I don't know if this is new with Rhode Island Energy taking over National Grid or not. So I don't know if anyone from the administration is tasked with responding to that. That's a good question. Director Moretti, as the Chief of Staff, would you like to answer that question?
Can you please repeat the question? Does the city respond? I wasn't sure.
So generally, I get these reports all the time from National Grid in a different capacity, not city council capacity. And, I take a look at them and I take a look at GIS mapping and then I provide some informational responses. Like when they're doing some of these cuttings, if I know there's rare, threatened, or endangered species, I make a comment. If I know that there's a brook or wetlands, I make a comment. Also, some of town or city lands, sometimes if they're open space, we say, please don't apply herbicides, pesticides, or fungicides to our open space. So I'm wondering if there's someone at the administration that actually reviews these, compares it to the GIS mapping, and then provides reasonable feedback. It doesn't mean that Rhode Island Energy has to do what you say because they're exempt, but they'll at least take it into consideration, and I generally get a favorable response. So I'm just asking if that is done at the city level to provide some information that they might not have knowledge of.
What I'm missing, you say these what? That's what I'm just missing in the
The
conversation.
vegetation management plan?
Frankly, I'm not aware of the vegetation management plan. I don't know everything in the city, so be happy to look at it. Though I try though.
I was excited through.
Okay, any other discussion from council members relative to that agenda item? No? Okay. Moving on to page 3, we have public comment for undocketed matters. At this time, in chambers and on Zoom, if there's anyone who wishes to be heard on any undocketed matters, please state your name and address for the record, and please keep your comments limited to 4 minutes. We will begin with in chambers. There's no one in chambers to be heard on any undocketed matters. Tom, is there anyone on Zoom that wishes to be heard on any undocketed matters this evening?
There's no public comment online.
Public comment on undocketed matters is now closed. And I believe that concludes the council meeting. We have addressed every agenda item. At this time, I seek a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Good evening.